Well, it does say we're live and recording now, Joe. Well, welcome to this special eFIXX TV live stream because there is somebody missing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gary is off on his hollybobs, so he's over in California.
Oh, very nice.
Cliff's Great Yarmouth, which is his joke, so full credit to Gary for that. He's enjoying a nice little break at the moment.
Yeah, great. And, so we're taking over, so anything could go wrong tonight. But before we get stuck into things going wrong, Joe's left his sound on his laptop already. You see, he's used to just sitting there in the comments. I would like to thank our sponsors, who are, as ever, Lasico, Wago, Nipex, and Aluden Palazzoli, who, without their support, this live stream would not be possible.
Absolutely, we are very grateful for that. And yeah, sorry for any mistakes that do happen. I'm normally in my pajamas when this is happening, so
that's the truth.
It's a very new experience.
We had our suspicions. You know, we had our suspicions. Yeah. So I'm on the controls. We have got obviously great show ahead. Everybody's obviously tuning in to see Adam of Dr. Electric, soon to be known as Nurse Adam, take on the Electricians Challenge. So that's coming up, and we've got a whole load of other favourites along as well. But you've been out and about as well, Joe. Not only have you been up here, you've been down south.
We went all the way down to Chelmsford, which was a long way away.
Italy of Essex.
That's what they call it. Yeah, that's what they say. It definitely came across that way, and we had a great time there. Actually, we went to the local college there, Chelmsford College, who were very welcoming and looked after us really nicely. And we got to meet some great learners, we got to meet some great staff, and we had some very interesting chat. We had a nice round table chat and debate with a member of the ECA who told us something really interesting.
But before we go there, Joe, before Gary went on holiday, he sent me some photographs. So perhaps you'll just talk me through what's going on here. So there's you, obviously, doing what you love doing. Some nice boards in the past there. That's what we'd expect you to do.
They'd fallen asleep by this point, I should point out as well.
Yeah, and then what's this here?
Well, that was dessert. I'd wrecked my voice by talking so much.
And, chocolate, or salted caramel.
Salted caramel, and that is a premier burger. That was a good burger. That was quite delightful.
And then what's this here? Harry Ramsden's, is that?
Yes, that was breakfast, which is not your traditional Harry Ramsden's fare, I'll admit. Yeah, so.
And what's this one here?
Well, now we're in Burger King, so this, I'll admit, I don't get out very often, so when I get out, I have to make the most of the expense budget.
Yeah. Clearly, it's eaten a lot. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah. So apart from obviously eating everything, every time we pass the fast food outlet, diving in there for a large meal, what else did the ECA? The ECA have got actually some quite big news, haven't they?
Yes, absolutely. So this was something that we weren't aware of, and Luke Osborne of the ECA explained this to us. There is a new electrical qualification that is just about to be launched. We think the early part of next year. I think March. I think we said. A domestic electrical apprenticeship.
Right.
So a proper course to become a domestic electrician.
Right. So is that shorter than the full one?
Honestly, I can't remember all the details.
We have got an interview coming up with Luke that'll go into it. But what's the really exciting things that are in there?
I can't remember. You throw me under the bus here. We've not
rehearsed
this.
He was down there.
I was busy operating controls on this.
The big stuff about is obviously in that domestic apprenticeship are things like solar, battery storage, and the all popular EV. Yeah. So that's because that is the exciting part of the market.
And that's really interesting because that hasn't really made it into the electrical apprenticeship. That's not been incorporated into that yet. So that's going to be really interesting to see where that goes and how that works out and how colleges actually start to deliver that.
Yeah, because there's obviously, as soon as you lump in that battery, the EV, the solar panels, it's going to be interesting. But that is coming along, so watch out for that interview. I think we'll try and get that out at the weekend.
It's a good one.
Yeah, but obviously, so Gary's been away. I've also been away myself, obviously, last week while you were there.
So we're going to
slight sunset.
Yeah, we're going to dim the lights. We're going to draw the curtains, and Gordon's prepared a slideshow.
Yeah, for some holiday snaps. Obviously, if you're in the electrical industry and you go on holiday, what's the first thing you take photographs?
You always look at the consumer unit.
Yeah,
look at the distribution board.
So
every time.
Trip to Italy. Let's have a look at this. Look at this consumer unit.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming this looks like a pretty major kind of commercial installation, so you must have been staying in some kind of enormous hotel that this is the consumer unit for?
It's for one sort of kitchen / bedroom in a hotel.
That is unbelievable. Just literally just for that space?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got 3 phases in there. We've got individual RCDs and then separate circuit breakers. There's and a lot of contactors.
And there's more devices than probably socket outlets and lighting points, I would imagine.
Yeah, there was a lot. So that was an absolute feast in there. And
Very
it's
nice.
interesting, isn't it? Because we start talking about we're supposed to be harmonised, aren't we?
Yeah.
Obviously, we did switch off a little bit from Europe, and we're supposed to be harmonised. Then you look at that and you look at our consumer units and you just think,
a long way away.
well, a long way away. And it doesn't stop there. Then, you've got your blue book there, Joe.
Yep.
How does this sit in your blue book?
So what we're looking at there, we've got a shaver socket next to the sink. Okay, we can live with that. Yeah, that's not too bad. But then I'm seeing just a standard socket outlet on there.
Yeah, standard Italian. So how do they get away with that?
That I don't know. That's terrifying. But I believe actually that the UK is kind of in the minority almost in this, in that we don't allow socket outlets in bathrooms. I believe we're a little bit unusual in that sense, but
Yeah.
that don't sit well with me, that's for sure.
Yeah, so that's that one. And then finally, another one. So what I did think that they are catching on, like this. Switch socket outlet.
What will they think of next?
That's the first time I've ever seen a European socket outlet with a switch on it. So we're getting there. And then finally, no trip overseas would be complete without a visit to your local electrical wholesaler.
Very nice. And is it closed?
Yeah, it was late on a Friday night, but they were closed. I just love the subtle branding there. That's
Material Electrical.
Yeah, so that was a few holiday snaps. I hope Gary's going to come back with some equally interesting
I'm
holiday
sure,
snaps.
No pictures of loved ones in there, no nice meals out, just typical electrician on holiday.
Want to see that? Yeah. So one thing we haven't done, Joe, is the register. Who have we got on from the regular viewers?
We've got loads of people on tonight. JRC Electrical, the UK Spark, A Spark 1. We've got tons of people joining us, which is really nice to see. Sean the Spark is in, which is good. 9+, nice to check in from overseas, as always.
How's
nice
that
to
volcano doing?
Yeah, hopefully we're doing okay. He says good evening from the sunny side of Europe, so whatever's happening with the volcano, it's sunny, which is good. So that's nice. Adam Smith is in, because obviously he's got to, we're getting to his run on the Electricians Challenge wall later, which is really nice. First time viewer as well, this is nice. Chris Rogers, CRC Electrical. Evening all, first time watching live tonight. So
right.
We love getting new viewers in. And I'm looking out for a particular name. Now, this is where we find out if
they're really called that.
This is where we find out if a learner listened to me, which very rarely happens. Good evening, James Kane and Mark Allison as well. Good to see you all. The college we visited last week, one of the young men there, Gary, he won a prize, which was nice, but Gary kind of talked him out of winning a better prize.
Did he?
A little bit, but it was funny, so that's fine. And so the point is, if I see a name here tonight that comes on here, I'm looking for a specific name, and if you're logged in tonight, as you promised me faithfully that you would do, then there will be a prize on its way to you, but you must comment, otherwise I don't know you've been on. So I know the name I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'd suggest you put, if your real name is not, what was then? We're not going to say what the real name is, because then everyone's going to claim to be this person.
Absolutely.
They'd put your, put I am, who Gary tucked up.
Well, he assured me his Google identity was the same as his name.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing if he comes in. I'm not seeing it yet, which is worrying. I thought he'd have been straight on there, but we'll see.
So that's registered. Great to see so many people in.
Absolutely.
I'm normally watching that. Joe's watching that, so I can't do that. I'm trying to mess the controls up.
Yeah.
Now, normally at this stage we'd do Gary's swap shop.
Yes.
But Gary's not here, so we've no expense spared. We've just done a quick rename of it to Joe's swap shop.
I think it's fair to say that's probably no expense spent on that, isn't it? That looks like a pretty straightforward fix you've done there. Not that I'm not grateful, it's always nice to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm assured this swap shop thing was really cool back in the day, and Noel Edmonds was a great guy.
Yeah. Noel had moved on. Where did he go after that? He did Mr. Blobby, and then he did, what's that? I can't remember the quiz show with the phone that used to ring.
Deal or No Deal with the banker.
Right. Clearly Joe was busy on an afternoon watching the old afternoon.
Hello, what's that?
Yeah.
Going to give him a
on a
quid.
trade show, on a show yourself sometimes,
Say again, sorry.
There's some guy, looks a bit like you, does a bit of...
Oh, a game show?
Yeah.
My big brother.
Yeah.
I'm Richard Osman's stunt double at the weekends, yeah, absolutely.
Stunt double.
Very good.
Yeah. So obviously to go with that, we need a keyword, and we've had Jake Hardcastle in again this week.
Absolutely.
We've got more on that later. And here is this week's keyword, Joe, so watch for it coming in.
Trunking.
Very good, very good. And are we going to insist on that being spelt the way that it's...
The way that's said, we'll just do it
one
again.
more time.
Trunking.
There we go. So
Yep.
the key word is trunking.
Trunking.
With no G on the end.
With no G.
Okay, so we're looking
so
at
just
trunking.
wait for them to come through the comments, Joe, just to
Very
check
nice.
everyone's got that.
Excellent.
But yeah, so
Keep our eyes
trunking.
peeled on that one.
So we'll see who, and they could win the Weha voltage sticks, and it's the gear version. If you haven't seen the review we did on that, there are two versions of this volt stick.
nice.
One is the gear version.
Yeah.
Other one is like when you buy a car and you realise that the dashboard's been stripped of everything and there's just blank holes where the switches of what you could have had are in there. So yeah, so do check out the review if you haven't seen it, but it's a good product. It's waterproof as well, I think we got for that. But however, you can't detect voltages underwater.
No, well, you'd be worried. It'd be a worrying situation if you were detecting
Yeah.
voltages underwater. I think it's fair to say. Oh, we've got them piling in. We've got lots and lots of people commenting on that. Which is
That's
really
good. That's good to see. So what have people got to send in?
Right.
It's not to say you've won if you just bang in trunking.
Yeah.
You have to send us something, and the address is in the description below if you're lucky enough to be selected at
Very
the end
good.
of the stream.
So what we're looking for, what I'd like to see, because we're desperate to get these out of circulation. We're sure no one's using them. Hello.
Could you try again?
What was that, Siri?
Like Siri's tuning in.
So what we're looking for is we want to get out of circulation those terrible old terminal screwdrivers that were part screwdriver and part voltage indicator.
You mean a neon screwdriver, Joe?
Neon
That's
screwdriver.
what I'd call
That's
them.
what I'm grasping for. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, the one with the little resistor in there that was all that stood between you and oblivion.
Yeah, and you
the-
complete the circuit.
Absolutely, yeah. Dreadful pieces of kit. So, in order to win one of these really nice, safe voltage detectors, obviously we don't use these to prove safe isolation, but they're a good check for whether electricity is in the circuit or not. We'd like you to send us a
Neon screwdriver.
neon
Joe.
screwdriver.
Yeah.
Thank you. You see, that's just
Yeah.
expunged from my memory. I don't want
Yeah.
them there anymore. So, please send me one of those if you're the winner. And there's two of these up for grabs tonight. So two winners
There's two.
tonight,
There's
which
two
is
winners
really
of
cool.
those.
So that's quite exciting.
Yeah, and we've got some
Oh,
more
that's
prizes coming up. Obviously, people want to see how they can win the Handife electric screwdriver as well.
Which
so
is really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I played
which
with
you
that
hadn't
today,
seen
and it's
before, had you?
fantastic.
So,
No, it's brilliant.
yeah. So there we go. So that is Joe's swap shop.
Very
There we
nice.
go. I'll just use that. I spent a lot of time on that graphic, so I'll just use it again.
5 minutes before the show started.
Yeah. So yeah, we mustn't do that. So it's coming up soon. We have got Regulation Corner. Before that, a word about the eFIXX Awards, which entries we have started getting entries in for. That's great to see.
Absolutely.
Across all categories, 30 under 30. But what's your top tip, Joe, for people to actually win an award?
Okay, now if you want to win an eFIXX award, and there's quite a few up for grabs when you volley in the 30 under 30 award, the best thing that you can do is, top tip, and we're only revealing this on the live stream, is enter. So we hear a lot of people who say to us, oh, I'm not going to enter because I never win anything.
Yeah.
And well, if you don't enter, guaranteed you won't win. And I think that, you know, if you're going to win, this is the year. So get your nominations in. Nominate yourself by all means. It's nice if someone else does it, but nominate yourself by all means. And let's just make sure that we give ourselves the best opportunity of finding all of those top people in their fields, the 30 under 30, and of course the college and learner of the year, college and lecturer of the year.
There's
award as well.
loads of categories to go at if it's somewhere you excel, even if you've done just a few jobs in that application area, but you're really proud of them. And bang in an entry. Tell your backstory, and you never know. You know, the judging panel will have a good look through there, and you could win.
Very nice.
I think we'll be announcing some prizes for winners as well soon on that as well. So there will be.
Stuff.
You don't just get a certificate.
Very good.
So, well, Joe, I think at this juncture, I can see you've got your regs book out there. Always never far from you, is it really?
No, it's not. No, it stays by the bed these days. Yeah.
Which must mean it is time for a regulation corner.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Regulation Corner on location. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Regulation Corner on location. Take a seat, get comfortable, maybe even pour yourself a drink if you fancy one. You know, I've just been sitting here with this rather handsome 3-phase distribution board from Schneider, and being at the correct eye level to the incoming supply has got me thinking about a certain regulation that's as familiar and comforting to us as the feel of XLPE insulation crunching beneath our snips or the sight of a back box completely filled up with plaster. It's one of those fundamental constants in our journey as electricians. I'll share it with you if I may. It's Regulation 542.4.1, and it reads as follows. In every installation, a main earthing terminal shall be provided to connect the following to the earthing conductor. Number 1, the circuit protective conductors. Number 2, the protective bonding conductors. Number 3, functional earthing conductors if required. And number 4, lightning protection system bonding conductor if any. See Regulation 411.3.1.2. Short, sweet, but absolutely loaded with critical information. It's as if the authors of BS 7671 have looked at the tree of earthing and bonding and distilled the sweet fruit that it bears into the finest and most fiery of spirits. You see contained there the very fabric of electrical installation with fundamental terms not jumbled, not confused. The circuit protective conductor dons its mantle of identity as distinct and separate from the earthing conductor as can be. True, they are brothers born of the same family, but with clearly distinguishing character traits and personalities. How crucial then that we call these brethren of conductors by their accurate monikers. There I go again. Imbuing meaning where there is none, conferring personality to conductors that are very much not live, if you'll pardon the pun. I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for stopping by, and the next time you're passing, drop in, say hello. You know there's always a place for you here at Regulation Corner. Good night.
Well, that was embarrassing, wasn't it?
Well, we only
It's
noticed
been
when we
you
saw
all
it.
the time. All these mistakes have been happening. It's been Joe sat in his pyjamas at home.
We had a couple of great comments. One of my favourites, how does Joe change his clothes so quickly? That was a good one. I like that.
Telephone box in the corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had a bit of a change around here, Joe. Why have you removed our trusty bench?
Well, because we've been doing some work with Jake again. We've been looking at some
Joinery?
brand new series of videos that are coming out. We've had our big joinery bench coming out. There's a big clue over there, just behind you there, Gordon, where we've got our piece of trunking that we've been working with. So you can see there that we've mackled an offset bend together, and that was an absolute labour of love making that video. I can assure you that was a bit of a tricky one.
Why don't you just buy pre-made bends?
Well, we've done that as well.
Yeah,
so we've got.
I can see there's lots of examples here.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got the okay. So you can see there's been a few attempts. Scrapman is going to be happy again.
Yes, we're putting food on his table this week.
But we are going to have a little sneak peek, and this is something that a lot of EV installers have asked us to do. So I'll just bring in a little sneak peek logo at the side there. Mm-hmm. However, before we go there, a word of advice from our legal department.
Good evening. Solicitor Joe here. My clients at eFIXX have just asked me to confirm that the following information neither implies approval of nor condones the use of any product that may feature in said segment. All electricians will bear the individual responsibility for the installation of any accessories featured and indeed any harm caused by such. Thank you.
So there you go. You've been warned, and what we're gonna—you've changed your
and
clothes
even
again,
faster clothes change that time. Yeah,
he's good, isn't he?
Yeah. Can I just say as well, if you get the chance to watch it back, pause it and read that terms and conditions that was the end there, because that took me a little while to write that, and it's properly funny actually. So yeah, do take a minute tomorrow when this is available again to do so.
Yeah. So what we've been asked to take a look at, and a lot of EV installers have got questions about this because in theory it could be incredibly useful. Yeah,
that sounds like you're committing yourself too much there.
No,
I've got to stay
I
really neutral.
think this is good. However, I just don't think it's been fully tested for this thing. So this is a line tap, Joe. So if you just bring in Joe Cam, as we'll call it today. So this is a line tap.
Very nice.
So it's designed to go around a very thick cable here, and off it you can put obviously a smaller cable, and this makes an IDC connection when this is tightened down and this bolt shears off. So I've just did a little mock-up of that earlier today, which we've got in front of us, but I'll just show you how that works. I shall just bring in that footage. So you can see there's our line tap. I just made it up with a 16mm and a 6mm double insulated cable coming off there. Push it in, and then just crank it up with a socket set, and the nut shears off.
And your connection is made.
And then connection, so I just thought I'd just check them for continuity. Yeah, a very low resistance connection.
It's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
It's got good
so
applications.
The normal application for this is for overhead lines where you might have a bundled cable. So a lot of the time where people get rid of the TT in rural properties and suddenly they become TNCS or PME earthed, you'll find these bundled cables, which is 4 conductors sort of wrapped around, and they put these on, and then that's how they tap off to the properties. So just bring the hand cam in again, Joe. So we'll just have a look at some of those other features. So this bolt here isn't part of the electrical connection, so it's completely insulated from the connections that are under there. And obviously after destroyed one, I thought I'd best just have a look underneath. And it's a waterproof connection. There's some gel in there.
Yeah, some silicone or something on it.
And there's the connections.
So those teeth, as you tighten it up, just bite into the cables in a couple of positions, and that's electrically connected.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it is quite a bit of torque to do that. So we're going to have to do some more investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I think we've got a couple of reservations, haven't we? Because obviously what they're designed to do, they do brilliantly. And obviously they've been tested for that and they work perfectly for that. But what's the major difference between the cable that this is designed for and the cable that we've used it for here?
Yeah, so I think that obviously this is a double insulated cable, so we've got an outer mechanical protection, then the insulation inside. I don't think possibly the designer of that was thinking that's what it's used for, unless someone can tell me that these bundled cables have that type of insulation. So that was the first concern. So I'd do those. Do the teeth get far enough in for that? And interestingly, so this one here is a 10mm conductor size, a 1.5 to 10.
We've used 6 there.
Yeah, so I couldn't get a 10 in there with 2 layers of insulation. So. We'll make the video, we'll put it out there for people to comment, and we'll go to the manufacturer. It's a Finnish manufacturer called Ensto that make these, and let's see if when they were designing this, whether they thought about installing EV chargers in the UK.
So the solicitor of me again, just want to make it really clear, we're not condoning the use of these. We're not saying this is a good or a right thing to do at the minute. We're just saying that we've seen this in use out there. People are doing this.
Yeah.
So we're curious to know, does it comply? Is it acceptable? Are there any issues with it? And we'll let you know when we know, I guess.
Yeah. And obviously this, when you're connecting this, I'm assuming this must be done live back in the, we know the electricity companies aren't keen on switching things off.
No.
So lots to think about there.
Yeah,
but that's
very much.
Good innovation, could be better than Henley blocks, but as I say, we don't want to see pictures on Instagram saying,
no.
Saw this on eFIXX, great tip guys, getting
Thanks
on with
for the top tip, it works like a dream.
A bit like when we did ferrules and we saw people putting ferrules on solid conductors. Bit tricky there. So that was that sneak peek. So
nice.
On to our next giveaway.
Very good. Now I'm working one-handed at the minute, Gordon, so we'll open that up and have a look.
So if anyone hasn't seen our review of the Handife, we did a review where we looked at the Handife and compared it to the Bosch Go, which a lot of people said try. And we think this product came out on top. And the manufacturer was so chuffed. They've sent us 3 to give away. And what do you have to do to get them, Joe?
For this one, you've got to complete one of our CPDs, a very specific one of our CPDs. So I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, we launched a CPD on IP and IK ratings in association with Luden. And again, it's really interesting. Did a deep dive into that, found out a lot of stuff that I didn't know about those particular subjects, which is really good. And also thoroughly enjoyed myself dropping various weighted things from various heights to demonstrate the different impact ratings. So it's worth watching the video just for that alone. I thought that was quite interesting.
And we are in the rainy season now,
Yep.
so obviously brushing up on your IP ratings is probably a good thing to do.
Absolutely.
So to win one of these, you just have to go along, take the CPD. There is a link in the description below that will take you to the competition page, which will then take you on to the CPD, and then we'll pick out 3 winners at random. Don't worry if you've already done the CPD. I know some viewers already have. Jake, who'd been in and left his boots behind us, he's already done it. Obviously, he won't win because he's been in. He's been in.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. Gary commented trunking earlier, so he, unfortunately he's not going to win.
No.
Voltage indicator.
we might send him a special gift.
Yeah, I'm sure we can come up with something.
Yeah, but anyway, these are pretty good. Yeah, it's push the
Yeah,
tail.
it's really it's surprisiously powerful as well.
Yeah.
That was the thing that struck me about it. It's
And
got a lot of torque.
It beat the Bosch.
Yeah, very
So
good.
check that out. Someone's going to get 3 of those, and you won't get any of those. But,
Right, again, not condoning that. Can we play the lawyer thing again just to be on the safe side?
we might do later
It
on.
will be all right.
And then the next thing that's going to get us into legal difficulties is obviously we're now going to look at the Electricians Challenge.
Very exciting.
And there's another prize, John.
Absolutely. So the prize for this one is remind me. Oh yes, the screwdriver. So
Yeah, bring it over.
Good idea,
We've
wouldn't
got a.
There we go.
another
So
prize.
we've got the lift-up
Yes, the
screwdriver
Weehaar lift-up.
from Weehaar. So whatever your thoughts on that, there's one up for grabs. Or as I like to, it's got the German branding on there. It's the Schraubendreher mit Bitmagazin Lift-up Electric. So
trips off the tongue.
to our German listeners, now you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So that's to be won if you comment the correct or the closest to the correct time that you think Adam from Dr. Electric took to complete this week's challenge wall.
So put that in. These are ideal if you're on holiday. You know, if you're someone who takes that holiday experience a little bit further and obviously likes to take the cover off consumer units and things when you're abroad, slipping one of them into your hand baggage or something like that.
We're definitely going to need to play that lawyer clip again.
Yeah. So do that. Yes, put it in the time below in minutes and seconds. The time that Adam completed the Electricians Challenge in.
Yeah.
Check we're all rolling still, and then the closest person to the time, which I'm not going to tell you, will win a prize. So, John, I think it is time to.
Let's do it.
Let's go and visit the doctor. I'm going to push that. It's time for another Electricians Challenge. Now, we always like it when it gets a little bit spicy when it comes to the leaderboard, and we've got a dynamic duo here today. It's my pleasure to introduce Dean Griffin and Adam Smith, also known as Dr. Electric.
Hi, Gordon.
Oh, so this is Adam, and this is Dean. And I've already came with, found some cans that Eddie left behind when he was last up here at Lightside Studios. So, Dr. Electric, where did that name come from?
A few years ago, I went to this veterans course where they business startup course, if you like. And what they'd done is they said, mark down loads of things that you want your business to represent. What do you call brainstorming sort of thing? So you want safety, reliability, that sort of thing. And you've got to think a doctor is all them things, and then electric tells you exactly what it is on the tin, sort of thing. So Dr. Electric.
Yeah, and it's great branding. You see it everywhere, and you've got your own YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone will be subscribing now because that's what we do. But you don't have subscribers, do you?
No, we have. What do we have?
We have prescribers,
Prescribers.
Gordon,
Yeah.
Why do we have prescribers?
because you're a doctor.
I'm a doctor, and we prescribe the channels. Cheesy, I know. That sounds really cheesy, but different.
Yeah, it's a good idea though. Good play on words, isn't it?
No, it works well. I mean, there's one thing we love at eFIXX. It's people who go out there with great branding, great marketing, and a message. And you've certainly done that. You've been doing everything recently as well, haven't you?
We've been really, really busy. We've done loads of collabs.
Yeah.
We're always open to more offers. So if anyone, Bundy, let us know. We'll do a collab with you. Come up to you. We've done collabs. We've done loads
Timmy,
of installs.
Amy, Gifford, loads, haven't we?
We've done conduit, car chargers, like literally everything we've done.
Pretty much. We'll give it a go across any kind of, whether it's commercial,
Yeah,
domestic,
that's good.
industrial. We'll just try a hand.
Yeah, so you came up here just with the sole purpose of trying the Electricians Challenge. Now, this is a first for us at eFIXX as well, because it's the first time people have actually built their own rig at home to practice before they got here. So we're expecting big things. Big things on this one. And it's also obviously, apprentice versus, the boss as well. So there's tension in the room here as we go for the Electricians Challenge. So we're going to take a look at, I think, Adam.
Yeah.
We're going to take your time first, so let's see how Adam got on the Electricians Challenge.
With an apprentice taking on the Electricians Challenge, there is only one guest commentator that I can call on, and I've called on Joe Robinson to join me.
It's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be in the commentary box this evening watching Adam undertake the challenge wall. Now, one of the things we often get a lot of comments about, Gary, is your breathing, unfortunately. We know that's a condition that we're getting looked into and treated at the moment, but we've got another heavy breather doing the challenge wall.
I'd like to suggest for both me and Adam, that's quite a crucial part of us actually surviving on this planet, is that breathing. If it is a little bit heavy, we both apologise at this stage.
Absolutely. So Darth Adam undertaking the challenge wall here. Now, we're a big fan of YouTube shorts, Gaz, but what are we thinking about those short shorts there?
Some legs are meant to be covered up, I would suggest, and not seen, and perhaps Adam owns a pair of those type of legs, but I've just had a thought. What about if Adam was to have those maybe waxed for charity? I'd be one of the first persons to make a donation.
Well, he's a good lad, so he may do. Now, looking at technique, Gaz, he's gone for the tape option.
Yeah, it might take a few seconds longer, but you can see how much easier it is. And remember, you can bring your own tools along, as long as they're not power tools.
Absolutely. Round Lucico bend there, and that bend there, Gaz, always puts me in mind of thermosetting cable.
Why thermosetting cable for a bend?
Because it's 90 degrees.
Oh, those old jokes are always the best. Now, if I was in a college setting at this stage, I'd be coming along and saying to Adam, we're wasting a little bit of cable.
Absolutely. Although some lecturers that I've worked with happen to pocket that cable, sell it to the scrapman for a little bit of extra revenue.
Okay, so we won't go any deeper into that conversation as we're making those connections within the Ludenconsumer unit is into the earth bar for his CPC first.
Absolutely. Now, we know that the challenge wall is just a little bit of fun. We would never dare to suggest that this is the best practice that you'll ever see in the electrical industry. And that, of course, is why Adam is not using a torque screwdriver at the moment. He's using the old excuse, well, I've got 2 Newton meters of torque in my arm.
Well, I'm looking at that arm. I'm suggesting that could get to 5 Newton meters and beyond, because that is one big gun.
He's a bit of a unit in there. I think his arm probably won't need calibrating in this instance.
And he hasn't gone for little Nick Ramo's step either. He's big enough to actually get and see the terminals within the RCBO as well.
Absolutely. He's definitely got the height advantage over Nick there. Very good. So he's got in his CPC. It looks like he's put in his neutral, and he's going to go for the live next, Gaz.
Okay, I'll call that the line conductor. I don't want to correct you there. It's not the live conductor, is it, Joe? But some people can be taken out of college, but then they forget what they actually taught when they were at college.
I just like to throw you a bone every now and then, so you like correcting me, don't you?
Okay, so just have a look at his dress attire there. We've got a cap there with, I think it's Gifford Electrical #Secret Millionaire hat.
Yeah, there's a bit of mixing brands going on. We've got a Gifford hat, we've got a VTAC high vis, and we've got Dr. Electric on the arm there.
Well, so if we were one of his prescribers, which I am one of his prescribers, would you suggest at this stage that this socket is in need of immediate attention? Maybe it's a miniature medical emergency?
I'd say it's not critical, but it's definitely on the watch list there. You can see he's used quite a long length of CPC there for his flying lead to the back box.
And another little maybe area for improvement, I would suggest he put down his 5-in-1 Nipex pliers, which are my tool of the year at the moment. And now he's had to pick them back up again to strip the other conductors.
Yeah, and a bit of a tip there for if you ever do come and do the challenge wall, and indeed for electrical life in general, try and use the same tool for as long as possible so you're not constantly swapping over.
So we're just going to pop this front on. I would suggest maybe at this stage maybe bringing in a paper towel and just dabbing the forehead of the young apprentice doctor.
Absolutely, you can always hear the machine in the background, can't you, going beep, beep.
I remember as a lad there was a thing called Doogie Howser, which was a 13-year-old doctor, qualified doctor. Maybe Adam's the equivalent of the Doogie Howser of the electrical industry.
A 13-year-old qualified doctor, what could possibly go wrong with that?
Well, yeah, it was a series in America. For anyone who remembers Doogie Howser, please leave it in the comments below. And for everybody else who's obviously not as old as me, yeah, it's just missed you.
Yep, due to my extreme young age, I'm afraid I have no idea what Gary's talking about, but that's often the case.
2 front screws to have this socket outlet completed, and this is a decent looking time from Adam.
It is, and you'll notice as well he's left his screws on top of the box there, so clearly all that practice that he did in Adam's garage there, or Dean's garage, whoever it was, clearly it's paid off.
He didn't go for the Shaheed method of just keeping them safely secured within your lips.
Absolutely, and again, probably not the method that we'd recommend.
So Adam, how did you find that?
It was good fun. It was good fun. I think, yeah, when you do your first practice, you're a little bit thinking, oh my God, it's pretty hard. But you take the tips on board and you go slower to go faster, and then you get into it and you enjoy it more on each go because you're enjoying it.
First one I've had
But
there.
I just want to be, well, I've got to be above Aaron because everyone's above Aaron, but I'd like to be above the other apprentices as well. I think it's Richard, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Richard
Yep.
Gaunt. Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
How long have you been learning for now?
So I started level 2 last September, so 1 year, and then I've started the apprenticeship with Dean now, so doing the apprenticeship plus a level 2. So yeah, I've got about a year.
I think it's pretty much
About
to
a
the
year,
day, a year.
About a year, yeah.
For a year in, that's looking pretty good. So Adam Smith, you did this in 4 minutes 59. So
I'm
Well done.
well happy with that.
That is
well
good.
Happy.
So I'll have people with the grass there because you're going to have to wait for the second part of that when Dean Griffin takes it on it. But Adam did absolutely fantastic job there.
He did a really good job, yeah. And it's one of those ones as well because he looked like he was properly going for it. He was really looked fast on camera, but not quite the fastest time.
You're saying he was slow, John?
That we've had. I'm not saying he was slow. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it didn't look. It looked quicker than it was. I think is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? They used to say that on Top Gear. The fast laps, the fast-looking laps are slow.
We tell everybody who does it faster but slower.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the which
Absolutely.
sounds bizarre, but actually, I haven't seen that grass and Adam's legs. That reminds. I think I'll probably just get one more cut in before it really turns to what I could do with giving the grass a quick mow, being away and all that.
Yeah, very good.
So that was great fun. If anyone else would like to have a crack at the Electricians Challenge, then yeah, just please get in touch. We are running about a month ahead at the minute in terms of candidates. There is a lot of movement on the board to come.
Yeah.
Not prejudging what might happen next time when you see Dean, who did build his own rig.
Yeah, a couple of surprise times on the board that we're looking at there. So yeah, but
Yeah.
we always want more people to come and
Yeah,
do it. We're
so
very
come
keen for
along.
that.
We have had an absolutely brilliant laugh with Dean and Adam. Obviously, they went down to our favourite Indian takeaway down at Masters. We've been down there tonight. Absolutely fantastic.
Glorious.
Gary's away, so we upped the score. We gave him, I think it was almost unanimous 10s. It was like a scene from Strictly Come Dancing
It's
down
really
there tonight.
good, yeah.
But yeah, so do that if you want to come up. Yeah, we're quite happy to. We can abuse our hospitality, and we'll abuse your skills on the Electricians Challenge. So yeah, do get in touch. But it's it is fun. So Joe, we said what's the GT time or the JT time?
Well, I'm really happy to be able to announce the winner this week. Actually, this is really good, and I'm pretty sure I've got this right. So if my maths is working out, then that's all good. But long-term friend of the show has won tonight, which is really gratifying, and someone who we really want to get on the challenge wall. Someone who was going to come and do
He's
it.
been skirting around it.
Well, he said he was going to come, and then he didn't come, and then he got pinged by the app, with all that going on. But big congratulations to Mark Ellison, who came in with a time of 4:56,
there you
so
go.
just 3 seconds out. It's really good.
Good on the maths there, Joe.
Yeah, well, I try my best.
6 to 9.
Yeah. I was doing some maths earlier today, wasn't I? You came in and were most impressed. And well, no one's going to watch that, Joe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just thought he was going to cut some trunking. And
Yeah.
then I came in and saw a trigonometry on the whiteboard and things being worked out. And so that'd be great. But yeah, well done, Mark, on that.
Yeah,
so
very much so. And I also just below Mark's comment of his time as well, Eddie from Pegasus was mocking my German. Can you believe that? He's commented, if I spoke German, I don't think that would have worked, Joe. That was just, wow. I mean, yeah.
Does Eddie speak German?
Well,
Does Eddie speak
doesn't
English?
he speak English?
We're all thinking it.
We love Eddie, he's a top bloke. And in fairness, yeah, my German's not great, so yeah, fair shout.
So if there's any German viewers out there, please feel free to send an email to Joe direct. And,
With some elocution lessons, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
So it's that. Yeah. So I think we've done that. What about? Have we got some winners for something we like to call? Let's just
We
have a
have
look.
indeed.
Let's have a look here. Something we like to call Joe's Swap Shop.
Absolutely, with no expense spent.
down here.
Thank you. Yep, hunting around
We've
for
got
those.
the Weha. Was it Viha or Viha?
I say Weha, so it might be Viha. Yeah, we had the Wago Vargo debate for a long time.
We get Nipex all the time. There's always someone
it's
chirps in
Knipex.
Knipex.
Knipex. Is it there? Is it a Handife? I'm not
Well, I
sure.
watch their videos
Yeah.
for Nipex UK and they say Nipex.
That seems reasonable, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some more German on here.
Go on then, John. Let's just, you've just,
So this is not just oh actually yeah. So this is a Spannungsprüfer. That's it. Yeah, a Spannungsprüfer. Hat ihre Flexibilität. There we go.
there you go.
Hopefully that helped.
Gear version.
Gear version.
I think Ford did sell a gear version of the cars in Germany as well. I think that was one of the,
Yeah.
not like one of those people who change the name of the car when it's overseas.
No.
The Cortina always was the Cortina.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, so winners of these, yeah, absolutely. So we've got a couple of winners. So the first one is CRC Electrical. So congratulations to you, new viewer tonight, and you put the keyword in. So well done, you get one of those. So don't forget, you've got to send me a...
You've got to send, yes, address below. You've got to send us a neon screwdriver.
Neon screwdriver. I knew I'd call it the wrong
And if
thing.
anyone can tell us what that is in German, good.
Neon Scrumpfdunfer, no doubt, yeah, something like that. So that's our first winner, so well done to you, CRC Electrical. We did have your other name on there earlier, but you've fallen off the list now, so you know who you are. So we look forward to having you send us your bit of kit so we can send you one of these. And the other one is, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Nikki Sinnott. So again, if you send us over one of those neon screwdrivers to the address that you'll find in the information below, then we'll send you out one of these voltage testers. So yeah, happy days, exciting stuff. Good stuff,
Yeah,
congratulations.
you'll find the address in a link in the description below. And don't forget, if you want to win the Handife, I'll just bring the Handife back. Oh, John, we got to...
Oh, was that on me, was it? Sorry.
No, it's all right.
There we go.
Don't forget, have a go on the CPD
Yep.
for the IK and the IK range. Actually, since we're on that thing, we've done the prize now. We're entering the plug and socket.
Oh, is it time to relax?
However, Gary went on holiday, didn't leave us any beer whatsoever.
I'm dry. Yeah.
The guys from Dr. Electric wiped out the Fosters that Eddie left.
Probably did us a favour in fairness with that.
Thanks for that. So we're a dry show tonight.
Yeah, very nice.
But that'll take us. We're in the plug and socket eating dust.
Yeah. It's been a long day as well.
Yeah, but these are pretty good. I would, if you want to win that, check out the IP rating. Since we're in the plug and socket, can anybody tell us what IP stands for?
Oh, that's a good. I'm going to watch out for the comments here and see if anyone can.
See if anyone gets that first. You don't win this.
Chris Rogers with CRC Electrical. He's just commented saying, "Woohoo! Thanks, guys. Well, you're more than welcome." And Mark Allinson's saying he never wins anything. Lol. Well, he just has won something. So
Well,
that's
there you
nice.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
If you enter, you've got more chance of winning.
And again, Mark's just said, if I get a guarantee Matthew will never be allowed on the challenge wall, count me in. Well, we've had apprentice versus master, if you like, already, haven't we? So I think you just, I think you're ducking and diving there.
I think he's just trying to avoid it, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I'm
There'll be a
not
knock at
surprised
the
he
door.
was down at college. He was down at college doing some practicing.
Yeah, there'll be a knock at the door in a minute. He'll come in. Drove over.
I think one time we should actually try and do it live.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
bear in
would be
mind, we do
interesting.
edit it down.
Yeah.
So if you are going to come and do it live, you've got to be quick.
But we've done it live before, haven't we? Do you remember
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
CF
we used
Live?
to,
And we commented live as well. We did a great one. We'll try and put a link if we remember with Dan from DSS Electrical in between me and Gary. That was comedy gold. That was. We loved doing that. That was good fun. Oh, correct answers coming in. Gary's given us a correct answer, so that's good. He knows he knows the right answer. Yeah. So yes, international protection. There's lots of people know it. So either we've got some very clever people on, or they've done the CPD, which is good because if you have, you're in the chance of winning the
Handife.
Handife. Very good.
Which gets we'll have to correct the subtitles afterwards because the Handife always gets translated as something else. Yes.
We'll edit that out, sorry.
Yeah.
Very good. Happy days. So, me and the boy, I've forgotten his name, he's gone, Jake. I've been calling him Joe as well all day because we've got, my brother's called Jake and I'm Joe. Yeah. And working here today and yesterday and the day before we've had another Jake and another Joe. Yeah. So every time I've tried to say Jake, often on camera, I've called him by my own name, which just sounds really quite vain. Really. But anyway, me and Jake, me and Jake, we've been subsidising the scrap man with our metal munching over the past couple of days, and you've been a little bit absent, Gordon. I've not seen a lot of you. So what have you been up to?
I've been across in Unit 2. And I thought, you're messing around with trunking over here, taking an incredibly long time to do stuff.
Educating the world.
Yeah, Gary likes to mess around with conduit eject. I thought I'd do a bit of install work myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought I'd do it differently. Let's try some of the new things that were featured on the channel before. So
Okay.
I'm currently in the process of rewiring Unit 2. Yep.
Okay, yeah, good.
I've had the distribution board pre-manufactured and assembled.
Yeah,
and brought
that
in.
is cool. Yeah.
We're going to use basket instead of tray. We're using the Delago suspensions from the roof instead of threaded rod. I've sneaked in a bit of high tough cable.
Yeah.
So it's
A
gone-
thoroughly modern installation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is some of the stuff in there. Actually, you look at it and you just think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Why have we not done that before?
And
Really
get
good.
this cable tray that comes on a reel.
Now, again, I walked in on Monday, saw it mounted on the wall, just a scrap of it as an experiment that you've done.
Yeah.
And it took a couple of 3 minutes for my brain to rewire itself to go from being, traditional electrician outraged at what this was, sort of like, well, that's not cable tray, to actually thinking about what does cable tray do, what's it for, and why do we install it the way in the shape that we do if there's an easier way. And once I'd kind of worked through that in my head, I'm looking at it, I'm going, yeah, that makes perfect sense now.
Yeah.
That's really good, clever.
Cable tray on a reel.
Yeah.
And obviously when you're fixing it to the wall, as people know, I don't use the screwdriver anymore, I just use the spit. The spit pass load.
Use it for everything.
And and so now obviously you've got an understudy who's helped you and he's helped Gary with the conduit, and obviously you don't do any work. I had to bring in somebody to help me as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And
so
when you
he's
call for speed,
impact driver.
there's only one person to ask. So Ross is helping me out across in Unit 2. I'm watching him rewire it.
Yeah, so I was going to call you out on that earlier when I've been rewiring Unit 2. Have you? Have you really?
Yeah, I planned it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
planned it.
Yeah. You're like the M&E consultant on it, aren't you? You're like done the design work.
Yeah, I've done the design work. Well, I sent off a sketch. So make me one of those. It turned up on time, but I think there is some good time savings in there for savvy people and certain types of installation.
Yeah.
We'll see what people think when it goes out there.
Very good.
But
Yeah,
I noticed in the time it took you to do an offset with the trunking, most of the containment's in.
I think it's fair to say that if we hadn't been filming every stage of making that offset bend, we probably would have got it done a bit quicker. It was one of those in between having to stop and start again because I was calling Jake by my own name.
Yeah.
And in between him, honestly, because Jake, when he's on camera, very serious. He's very, very focused and he does what he needs to do. But you should see the number of outtakes that we've done where Jake just cannot stop laughing. And this morning was a classic example. We were shooting the intro for the video that we were shooting this morning. And we stood there, we got it all set up, we were ready to go, we know what we were going to say. And young Joe just casually walked out of the unit and went, "Don't laugh, Jake." And of course I then started the intro once the door was closed, and within seconds he was laughing. And it's tricky as well because he does it quietly to start with, like we think no one's going to notice. And then, so I get a good sort of couple of minutes in before I realise that he's stood there cracking up. But it's been such a pleasure working with Jake. He's such a top lad, and he's a grafter, and he's doing really well. So it's been really good. And, it's taken a bit of time, but what about the end? You've glossed over the end cap that we manufactured in less than 60 seconds. Made it from scratch. Keep on banging on about the offset, but you don't mention the end cap. Yeah. Very good.
I think there's been a couple of attempts at it here.
Yeah, attempt number one, I
This
think it's
one
fair
looks
to
all
say,
right.
did not go well. Yeah, that was...
You wouldn't trouble yourself with a file over the end of there either. So.
Well, it's on camera being filed, Gordon, so yeah. But that first attempt that Jake did was, I think even he knew that wasn't quite camera worthy. But the second one, I thought I went pretty well actually. And it's... Again, there's some stuff in there I'm sure people will object to. There's stuff in there that people have something to say about, but that's what we like. We like hearing about it.
And that one wouldn't look out of place in a Jamaican steel band, would it? So,
I've just had an idea. We could. the steel trunking band. I reckon there's something in that. Yeah, if you make those of different lengths, they'd produce different notes.
Well, there we go. What we've got dropping in the comments?
Okay.
Who's still in?
Okay, so as far as there's still quite a few in.
Is that Richard Brook in there?
Yeah, Brookie's in there. Yeah, he's very happy that his video is doing very well.
That has
that
done
we did
really
on
well.
that.
Yeah. The old splates.
Yeah, yeah. And again, it's one of those funny things that I was here on the day that Gary made that video, and again, it's you don't appreciate how much effort goes into producing a good short. You know,
Yeah.
they don't happen by accident, and they don't happen quickly.
And they're not short.
We've been joking about you. You were very keen to get off to the Indian tonight, weren't you? It was getting on for time. And have you finished that long short yet, Joe? It does take a lot of work.
This short cost us a starter.
Yeah. But yeah, Gary did a great job on that video. It was a pleasure to watch him produce that. Really good work. Yeah. And Mark says he's only joking, and he's happy to come and have a go, and Matthew as well. So come on, book a date, get over. We really want you. It could be good to have you on that. It'd be good. Right. So other comments. Let's have a look. Someone, Tom Cardell, fair enough, suggesting that. Regulation 522.4 refers to the IE standard of 6052.
Oh, he's off now, isn't he? Well, while he's gibbering about that, have a think about harmonisation. So obviously, if you've been away on holiday, Gary's going to come back from California next week, and he's going to bring back. But when you go somewhere else, you see how other people do electrical work. And one thing that struck me about Italian consumer units are there's other modules in there from different manufacturers.
Right. So the type testing.
Well, that's the thing, but
Palava.
obviously we know why for circuit breakers, bus bars and stuff like that, but we see lots of innovation that could be useful to put inside a consumer unit. You know, from everything from down at Electric, the last time where their Ring had produced a proper transformer for their bell. Can you put that in there?
Yeah.
Matty have just launched a combination of a pen fault device that fits on a DIN rail.
Yeah, which is really.
And you think that would look good in, obviously, you don't want multiple boxes.
Yeah, lots and lots of enclosures, all from different manufacturers.
Yeah, so there you go. Have you found that reg yet?
Well, I'm very nearly there. I'm
Testing
it's a good question.
In section 9.
Sometimes I get stuff wrong, and it's always good to know that I've got something wrong, because then we can correct it. Okay, so, well, again, I don't want to disagree with Tom here. Again, we might be, but the regulation that you've quoted there, regulation 522.4. Should we go into regulation corner? Or should we do a bonus regulation corner? Yeah. It does refer to that. It says the completed wiring system shall comply with the IP degree of protection relevant to the particular location. It says so. See BSEN 60529, which is the standard that we referenced heavily in the IP and IK CPD. Complete that if you want to win the screwdriver. And if you go to the list of referenced standards in the back of BS 7671, the title of that, according to BS 7671, is the specification for degrees of protection provided by enclosures, brackets IP code. So it doesn't actually mention ingress protection in its name. And actually, if you get a copy of that standard and look inside it, it is referred to as international protection, which is weird. It's a strange name for it, but that is what it is. So thanks for the comment, Tom. So that's all good. Very good. So we've got
Anyone else want to pick out a favourite regulation for Joe? Thumb through the book to find?
It's just always that sinking feeling in my stomach. I'm like, oh no, I've got a really important point wrong. It's always a worry. Oh, Jake's watching as well. That's nice. He says it's been a pleasure, Joe. Loved it, so that's nice. He's enjoyed working. And he also says outtakes are worth a series of their own, which they've written. I mean, we've had some brilliant mistakes while we've been filming that. It's been really funny.
I enjoyed doing the Eric Morecambe.
Yeah. Again, you talk about professionalism and speed and getting things done quick. We had Gordon appearing with his brush going across the way.
Distract the opposition.
Doing his best. The opposition. Best Eric Morecambe impression. That was very good. Christastic 100, who's a long-term friend of the show, says, "What no onion bargee?" So she's taking your side on that.
Exactly.
I cost you a bargee.
Unbelievable.
I reckon we had time for a bargee if you wanted one, Gordy. I reckon
we get onion barges served in the morning.
That's true. Oh, what was that sweet you gave me yesterday? That was, oh dear.
Been sitting on that for a while, literally.
Yeah, no, that was it was an odd fruit that an odd sweet
It's
that
like something from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Yeah,
the original version.
yeah, it was like
yeah.
15 different flavours.
Yeah.
And it took me about a good 10 minutes before I realised that no, actually I don't like this. There's so much going on. It was the weirdest sweet. Very good, very good. So yeah, happy days. So we're all ticking along, which is good.
Yeah. Is anyone going to eFIXX? Next eFIXX, that's what we'd like to know. Because myself and Gary will be there if he comes back from California. Joe's having some time off.
I'm having one day off, I think.
Huh?
You've had.
No, you're not going to eFIXX.
That's not time off. That's to produce more content. That's to get the 2 additional CPDs that have been volleyed on the pile. Yeah. Quite know how I'm going to get those done, but we'll get them done.
Yeah. So if anyone's going to eFIXX, we will be there. Obviously keen to see as many people as possible. So that's the one in Sandown.
Yeah.
Somewhere down south for me. That.
It would. I mean, it was really nice at Coventry getting to meet all the different people. I really did enjoy that, and we met some great characters that day, which was really nice. It's a shame. I'd like to be at Sandown, but I really do have lots and lots of other things, lots of other content that I've got to get on with.
More CPDs.
More CPDs, absolutely. That's important stuff. Important stuff.
Yeah. So we're going that. We're going there via Wales. Got a trip down to Wales next week as well. So interesting. Wales. We're going to see a housing development that's all of the homes are wired in 3-phase. So.
Yeah, that's going to be an
brings up
interesting
lots
visit.
of questions.
Yeah,
I know they're trying to squeeze down and do a special apprenticeship just for domestic dwellings.
Yeah.
But then at the same time widening the scope.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they'll have to get on with. Yeah.
So I'm keen to see.
Have to update it already before
Yeah.
it's even settled in, really.
Yeah.
So
I'm keen to see how they've handled. Obviously 400 volts wandering around the installation.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, and lots of renewable stuff going on there as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's taken a while to get to that site, but we're looking forward to that. So if there's anyone in Wales, we are in Wales next week, but Wales is obviously a big country. We're going South Wales, I think it is. So.
Yeah. Very nice. Yes, the populated bit of Wales.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We used to go on holiday to Wales when I was a kid. I loved it there. We used to go in Cardigan Bay
Take
area.
the caravan?
It's glorious. No, we didn't have a caravan, so we used to stay in a caravan though. So it's been a big part of my life.
That's where it started.
Couple of nice comments. Dark Depth says that's a big Vargo, bro. Well, thank you for noticing. I've been working out, so that's nice. Yeah, that is. We love this, don't we? And I think Gary has vowed that he's going to take that with him wherever he goes. I think he's said.
You can have a lever, Joe.
I think he's definitely bags that. Yeah. He'll probably comment.
People have asked. Yeah, we don't know how you get one of these. We asked.
Yep.
We asked.
Just scroll down. Gary, it's my big Vargo. So he's marked that out as his own. Yeah, he's got that on there. That's good. And Matthew Rogers says, message for Joe, we met at the last eFIXX. Lindsay, the one who is forced to watch your vids, is here. So thank you very much for tuning in tonight.
Forced to watch your videos?
I don't know.
Like someone's done something wrong.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Can't imagine a worse punishment for the poor lady. It's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, so we're getting a bit interesting there. I'm not sure what's going on. JB Electrical Ox says, but Joe, you will miss me. Yeah, but hopefully, I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for us to meet people who've tuned into the channel. So that'll be good at some point. But
it was interesting because when we're looking for people 30 under 30, we had JB Electrical was down under 30.
Yeah,
so clearly doesn't work hard enough.
Yeah, didn't have a long paper around.
No, it's just living the dream, isn't it?
Yeah, that was another one on when we were at that college last week. Gary kept on trying to convince the learners that I was the older one of the two of us.
Doing that trick, is he?
Yeah. So I pointed out I must have a pretty intensive moisturising regime if that's the case. I don't think I don't think anyone had. Oh, Gary's. Have we put his Vargo back together?
It's gone.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, what Vargo? We gave that away earlier, and he must have been down at the bingo.
Very good. What size wire goes in there?
It's
Well, it says on the side. It tells us what size wire goes in there.
300 millimetre square. unless you're in Japan, which it's only 150.
All
and
different. Yeah.
And the voltage is
Absolutely.
only 300 volts. So
Oh wow! Oh, DAE has joined us, who is our Danish viewer.
right.
So I often we have a good laugh. So he says, I only just made it, and he says, where is the? Oh, I'm not going to say that.
Giant
that's a
wave.
bit, no, it's referring to Gary. It's a bit rude. So we won't go with that. Oh, good. Eddie's weighing in with German again. There we go. So
He's
that's
back,
good.
is
Yeah, he's weighing in with that. Oh, someone's just said we're a bit like Wayne's World. Mark Colligan, excellent. Well, yeah.
Well, it's better than the Bob Ross I had last time. So.
We've got a bit of Bob Ross coming
We
up.
have got a bit of Bob Ross coming up.
Yeah, we had fun making that one as well. That is good. Yeah, so good to see you.
We don't make mistakes here.
We just have happy little accidents.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's great
So-
in your painting. Not quite the same with wiring, is it?
No, that's definitely not a happy little accident when that goes wrong. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to DAE. Thank you for tuning in from Denmark. It's fantastic. That is. I often try and do a little bit of
Not
Danish.
do you?
I try and do a little bit when I'm in the chat because I've got the advantage of Google Translate. So
Google Translate.
I've got my stock phrase. So let me just Google this because I've never tried saying it live before.
Oh dear. So Eddie, if you thought the German was bad, I feel it could go a lot worse.
Hoping he is Danish and not Dutch, otherwise this is going to be awfully embarrassing. Okay, here we go. So, DAE, good afternoon.
I'd guess that's good evening, Joe.
You saw it on the screen there, but yeah, but yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, here's a challenge for Joe. Just comments below if you think actually Joe should have to do a regulation corner 1 week from foreign regulations in their language. Ooh. We'll subtitle it.
They're all saying no. They're like, no.
Pretty good, isn't it? Russian or something like that.
Russian. Well, I'll have to do the accent and everything. I'll have to work on that. What's a Russian accent like? Vodka.
Niet.
Niet. Let's try and do it. Okay, let's try. Evaluating system shall be
We don't mean a low style foreign accent. Actually, mean that.
Yeah, I'd just like to apologise to the entire country of Russia. Sorry.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Al Murray joke. Where would we be without standards?
Gary's weighing in again. Apparently, I am older than Gaz. Not the case. Chris Rogers. Actually, that's a good point. Actually, Chris Rogers has said, "Are you going to be at Electric Sandown on both days?" I'm going on Friday, so
yes,
you and Gary will be there both days.
We will. Yeah.
So bring your neon screwdriver.
Oh yeah, bring the neon screwdriver.
And actually, that's a bit risky next. Now we've got to remember to take that with us for him. So we will try. We will try and remember that.
So yeah, bring that along. We had 100%. Gary normally says we only get 50% hit rate on what we now know as Joe's swap shop.
Spent no expense.
Yeah. But we had 100% last time. Plus somebody from the last time who hadn't sent theirs in. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you put an echo dot behind it.
Yeah. And I mean, coming back to that subject, my learner has let me down.
Ooh.
He's not on. He said he'd be on. He promised me. I spoke to him 3 times separately.
Yeah.
I kept reminding him as we went past the class. I think I even darted in at one point and interrupted his lesson to remind him, which was rude. But I did keep on reminding him, and he promised me faithfully he'd tune in, and he's not tuned in, which is deeply disappointing. So that is enormously disappointing.
Crushed. If you do a catch up, Joe's still disappointed.
Yeah.
You can't take it away now. He was guaranteed. I should have had a little wager on it actually.
Wow.
But,
I'm not a gambling man, but he's let me down. He's let me down. But there we go. Not the end of the world. I think I mispronounced good evening in Danish because DAE has said the nice man. So I think I've
right. Okay.
Goodness knows what I've actually said there. I can only again. So that's the entire country of Russia that I apologise to for my dreadful accent, and also all of the Danish people out there. As well.
And the Germans aren't keen on it either.
Well, I don't know. I thought I'd crush that.
So yeah. So who thinks regulation corner from a foreign regulation in their language? That's a challenge for you, Joe. That could be.
Yeah, I'm going to change the subject now.
Anyway. Have we got anything else dropping in there?
Brooke is accusing you of being 67.
Well, he always does, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Joe should do a Welsh regulation.
A Welsh
JB Electrical. Joe should do a Welsh regulation. think they're just the English regulations.
Do they publish it in Welsh?
I don't know. It is interesting actually, because Welsh is it's quite heavily subsidised. If you go there, all the signs are in English and Welsh, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there's
Araf, can't remember what that is.
Slow.
Slow.
Yeah, and,
Right.
yeah. It's bitty. That means hospital.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell that I went on holiday with 3 brothers when I was a kid. We spent quite a bit of time in the East Bitty.
Well, you're halfway there, Joe.
Do you know what my favourite thing in Welsh though is? In Welsh, the word for oven is popty.
Popty.
Popty. So do you know what the Welsh for microwave oven is?
Micropopty.
Popty ping. That's genuinely what it is. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Very good.
Yeah.
Happy days. Good. So that's apparently that's all the Welsh people offended as well. So good. Excellent. There we go. So who else have we got going on? A-Spark1 suggests you can speak any language by speaking louder and slower in English.
Oh, of course you do. Yeah,
I think
that's it.
that's the way we've tried to do it for a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, you just walk into a bar. I am English.
I always try really hard actually when I go on holiday to other countries. I try really hard to learn a bit of the language just to show willing. You know, did you learn any Italian? Did you speak Italian?
Grazie.
Went on your little
Grazie
holiday?
mille.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Do beer.
Just the essentials.
No, I do a bit, but then you do that, but then the people ask you back in English.
Yeah.
You just go,
I just think it's polite to show willing, isn't it? It's just polite just to have a go, even if it's awful. Just have a go at showing that you've tried to learn a few words.
Yeah.
So, Greek was interesting. Learned a little bit of Greek before I went. That was quite good. And I can just about scrape by in French. So
Yeah. It's when you go to Japan, you try a few words and then they shut the door in your face. It's
yeah.
like, it's got that wrong.
Because is Japan like a tonal language like Chinese, where if you change the tone on the word, it changes the word?
I've never figured it out.
So I think in Chinese the word ma like that means mother, but if you say ma, that means horse. So it's like you really don't want to mix that up. So yeah.
Especially in a restaurant.
I was thinking when he was speaking to the mother-in-law, but yeah. Both of those situations are going to end badly, aren't they? Yeah. Very good, very good. So the UK sparks off. So thanks for joining us.
Yes, I think we're off.
In the
I think we're left.
comments
We haven't had a drink all night.
I know, absolutely. Yeah. Timbo's come back. He's confirmed. Popty ping is microwave in Welsh.
Who's that?
So, Timbo.
All right. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Popty ping.
Popty ping.
Popty ping.
Yeah. So now we know. Good. Well, that's been an absolute pleasure.
It
I
has,
don't think they'll have me back on. So
no, unless he does it in a foreign language.
foreign
we can do simultaneous translation. Again, thank you to our sponsors, the Lasico, Wago, Nipex, and Luden Palazzoli.
Absolutely, it's been a riot, and we're very grateful to them for supporting us as always. Couldn't do it without them, and I couldn't do it without you as well. So thank you so much for giving up your time this evening to come and join us.
Yes, we will be back in another 2 weeks. There is obviously the Handife competition run. There also still is actually the MK Base competition running as well, where you can win some MK Base products, screwdriver, and some eFIXX merch, as we call it now.
Merch.
Yeah, so that's got another. So again,
Cool.
that's even easier. You don't have to do a CPD. You just got to answer 4 questions about MK Base, and the link is in the description for that as well.
Excellent. Why would you not have a go at that?
More chance of winning if you
Enter.
Yeah, so thank you very much from me. I'm sure Gary passed on his regards. Is he in there?
Yes,
thank you to everybody.
Yeah, he says we miss Gaz. Yeah. So that's all good. Also, one's going for Irish for Joe. And we're back to the subject of waxing Adam's legs as well. So for charity. So Eddie's happy to do
there's
that.
Adam's legs. Just remember Adam's legs. Yeah, put the grass out.
Very nice. Could we just ask Mark sending us an address to send something to? Could you just send us a DM on social media or a text to one of us, Mark, just with that information, and we'll sort that out, because the chat shuts down and we lose a lot of the information at the end of this. So if you could just send us those details over, we'll see what we can sort out.
Good.
Cheers, mate.
Well, thank you very much from him.
And
thank you very much from me.
good night.
We will see you next time.